told your friend you're not okay? And tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away, as you fade away.
Australia, formerly the Commonwealth of Australia, is a sovereign entity that includes the Australian continent's mainland, the island of Tasmania, and a number of smaller islands. Australia is the largest country in Oceania and the sixth largest country in the globe. Australia is the world's oldest, flattest, and driest continent, with the least productive soils. It is a megadiverse country, with deserts in the center, tropical rainforests in the northeast, tropical savannas in the north, and mountain ranges in the southeast, owing to its vastness. The Australian mainland, located on the Indo-Australian plate, is the lowest and most primordial continent on Earth, with a reasonably steady geological history. The continent has nearly all known rock kinds and geological time periods spanning over 3.8 billion years of Earth's history. So, without further ado, let's talk about the 10 most famous tourist spots in the country that are ideal for visiting this beautiful Australia.
Said you felt that way. Guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away, as you fade away, as you fade away.
Number 10. Kangaroo Island. Kangaroo Island should not be missed since it has over 300 miles of scenic coastline, clean beaches, wonderful restaurants, and unique natural features. Visitors may view koalas napping in eucalyptus trees, kangaroos running around the lush scenery, sea lions relaxing on white sandy beaches, and dolphins leaping from the water. Among of the must-see sites are Seal Bay, Flinders Chase National Park, the Remarkable Rocks, and Admiral's Arch, while adventurous visitors may enjoy sandboarding or trekking and camping the 61 kilometers wilderness trail along the park's coast. Kangaroo Island produces some of Australia's greatest foods and drinks, since it is surrounded by fertile plains and abundant waterways, and we are famed for our honey, shellfish, eggs, olives, wines, and spirits.
Why you never said you felt that way? I guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade.
Number 9. Blue Mountains National Park. Blue Mountains National Park, named for the blue haze emitted by the numerous eucalyptus trees, is yet another UNESCO World Heritage Site in Australia. The Blue Mountains are only 32 miles from Sydney and make an excellent day excursion. The Three Sisters rock structure, the most famous site in the Blue Mountains, attracts thousands of visitors and provides the most iconic vista of the national park. Visiting Scenic World and the Scenic Train and Skyway, hiking, rock climbing, abseiling, and exploring Jenolan Caves are just a few of the activities available in Blue Mountain National Park.
I know you told your friend you're not okay. And tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way.
Number 8. Great Ocean Road. The Great Ocean Road is one of the most spectacular routes in the world, with its distinctive rock formations and little beach communities. The 243-kilometer trip from Torquay to Allensford takes you largely along the coast, where natural rock structures like as the must-see 12 Apostles and the London Arch will take your breath away. Walk through the Great Otway National Park to observe glowworms at night and swim in the beautiful turquoise waters along the shore. The Great Ocean Walk, an 8-day, 100-kilometer trek that takes you down the coast and allows you to experience more than driving the Great Ocean Road, is recommended for the more adventurous.
As you fade away,
yeah, I'm about to fade away.
Number 7. Daintree National Park. The oldest rainforest in the world, Daintree National Park, is only a 2-hour drive from Cairns along Queensland's coast. This jungle is older than the Amazon in Brazil, dating back more than 180 million years. To top it off, Daintree is the only spot in the world where two natural World Heritage sites, the Reef and the rainforest, meet. Daintree National Park is a nature lover's paradise, with everything from rainforest treks to swimming holes and beaches. The Daintree National Park's features include a crocodile river tour, Mossman Gorge, the Marata Promenade, and Imogen Creek. Check out our Daintree Rainforest Guide for additional information.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way.
Number 6. Gold Coast. With a 60-mile-long coastline, a thriving nightlife, and some of Australia's greatest beaches, the Gold Coast attracts millions of visitors each year wanting to soak up the rays and try their luck at surfing. The Gold Coast, home of the world-famous surfer's paradise, is one of Australia's best surfing locations and a terrific spot to learn. Nature enthusiasts may spend their time trekking through Springbrook National Park and Lamington National Park, which provide a perfect blend of stunning coastline water and lush national parks. Number 5. Uluru-Kata National Park. Uluru, Australia's most recognizable monument and unquestionably the emblem of the Australian outback, is one of the world's greatest natural marvels. At 348 meters high, 3.5 kilometers long, and over 500 million years old, it towers over the flat desert plain. Seeing one of the world's largest monoliths, Uluru, change hues at sunset and dawn is a must-do when here. Uluru is in the same UNESCO World Heritage Site as Kata Tjuta, which features over 30 rock domes that rise 546 meters over the surrounding desert plain. We highly recommend visiting the neighboring undervalued but stunning Kings Canyon while touring the Red Center Way. Number 4. Sydney. Sydney, the capital of New South Wales and one of Australia's major cities, is best known for the Sydney Opera House, which has a unique sail-like appearance and is located on the harbourfront. The massive Darling Harbour and the smaller circular Quay Port are waterside centres, with the arched harbour bridge and prestigious Royal Botanic Garden adjacent. The skywalk at Sydney Tower provides 360-degree views of the city and suburbs. Sydney, being the first city to welcome the new year, is a terrific location with much to see and do to keep your Sydney itinerary packed. Watch a show at the world-famous Sydney Opera House, snap photographs of the Harbour Bridge, or if you're feeling more daring, climb the Sydney Harbour Bridge for breathtaking 360 views of Sydney, stroll from Bondi to Coogee Beach, and dine near Circular Quay. The possibilities are infinite. Explore the adjacent Blue Mountains for a day of nature.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way.
Number 3. Whitsunday Islands. Off the shore of Airlie Beach, in the heart of the Great Barrier Reef, are 74 magnificent islands surrounded by lush rainforest, blue ocean, and white beach. The Whitsunday Islands are the name given to these islands. With the exception of 4 islands, the majority of the islands are deserted national parks, allowing tourists to enjoy a slice of heaven on earth. One of the most popular ways to see the Whitsundays is on a catamaran day cruise or a 2-day sailing excursion. That includes snorkeling in the Great Barrier Reef, visiting the world's second finest beach, Whitehaven Beach, and sleeping under the stars in the middle of the ocean. Skydiving over the Whitsundays, scenic flights, and sumptuous overnight stays on one of the 4 inhabited islands are other popular Whitsundays activities. With luxury resorts, yachting, snorkeling, and white sand beaches, there is no place like the Whitsunday Islands to unwind.
And if you're sticking by my side, maybe we could be okay. Okay, maybe you could be the change I need to.
Number 2. Great Barrier Reef. The Great Barrier Reef is the world's biggest barrier reef system, consisting of over 300 different reefs and 900 islands that run a little more than the distance from New York City to Miami. It is a natural global wonder that should not be missed. A picturesque flight over the reef for a bird's-eye perspective, a tour on a luxury catamaran, a stay on one of the coral's magnificent islands, and diving are just a few options to explore the UNESCO World Heritage Reef. Apart from Cairns and the Whitsundays, Lady Elliot and Lady Musgrave are excellent bases for exploring the Great Barrier Reef. The reef is a popular destination for scuba divers due to its immense biodiversity, warm clear seas, and accessibility by tourist vessels known as liveaboards. Because of their accessibility, Cairns and the Whitsundays are the most popular tourist destinations on the Great Barrier Reef. These places account about 7% to 8% of the park's total area. The Whitsundays and Cairns have their own management plans. 128 daily boat tours are available in several cities along the Queensland coast. Numerous continental and Coral Cay Islands, notably Green Island and Lady Elliot Island, are now resorts. As of 1996, there were 27 resorts on the Great Barrier Reef.
It's all worth it.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. I guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away.
Number 1. Melbourne. Melbourne, voted the world's most livable city and possibly Australia's coolest metropolis, merits a position on your Australian itinerary with vintage stores, graffiti-covered backstreets, eccentric cafes, and secret pubs with hipster vibes. Whether you want to eat your way through Melbourne's renowned culinary culture, appreciate street art in the laneways, witness a sporting event in Australia's sports hub, or shop at Queen's Victoria Market, the city offers something for everyone. Melbourne is also an excellent starting point for exploring other major destinations in Australia, such as the Great Ocean Road, Phillip Island, and the Yarra Valley. Melbourne is Australia's second most visited city and the world's 70th most visited city. In 2018, Melbourne had 10.8 million domestic overnight visitors and 2.9 million foreign overnight visitors. Federation Square, Queen Victoria Market, Crown Casino, Southbank, Melbourne Zoo, Melbourne Aquarium, Docklands, National Gallery of Victoria, Melbourne Museum, Melbourne Observation Deck, Arts Centre Melbourne, and the Melbourne Cricket Ground among the most popular attractions. The State Library of Victoria is the world's 4th most visited library. Visitors also enjoy Luna Park, a theme park modeled after New York's Coney Island and Seattle's Luna Park. Condé Nast Traveler magazine's annual reader survey revealed that both Melbourne and Auckland were voted the nicest cities in the world.
As you fade away.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way. Gotta build up of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray. I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay. Just let me be me and I'll stay out of your way. I can see the way you look at me, I'm such a disgrace. I never really asked to be brought into this place. You wanna love me? Well then baby, have a taste. All the high